Hello Guardians, Dirty D here from Destiny DB, and in this video I'm going to be talking about Glimmer, Ghosts, and Consumables. When Bungie released the 2.0 patch with the Taken King, they changed the way Guardians earned Glimmer. Glimmer can now only be earned from using a consumable or having a specific ghost shell equipped. There are 4 types of consumables that grant Glimmer when killing a race of enemies. Black wax idols for the Hive, ether seeds for the Fallen, resupply codes for the Cabal, and blue polyphage for the Vex. Ghost shell perks are new to year 2, and there are 3 main ghost shells that every Destiny player should have: the Vanguard shell, Kingslayer shell, and Dread Explorer shell. The Vanguard shell earns Glimmer from killing Hive enemies and can be purchased from the Vanguard in the tower. The Kingslayer shell earns Glimmer from killing Taken enemies and drops in the King's Fall raid. And the Dread Explorer shell earns Glimmer when killing Fallen enemies and is a reward from a Dead Orbit quest early in the Taken King campaign. There are no legendary ghost shells for the Vex or Cabal unless you have access to the Frontier shell. If you want to earn Glimmer from the Vex or Cabal enemies, you will need to use a consumable. This is actually a good thing, and I'll explain why. Black wax idols and ether seeds are incredibly useful because they act as currency with some of the other vendors, so do not use them to earn Glimmer. Black wax idols can be used to purchase runes for the Court of Oryx from Eris in the tower, and ether seeds can be used to purchase heavy ammo synths from Varix in the Reef for 250 Glimmer plus 1 ether seed. This is way cheaper than buying heavy ammo synth at 950 Glimmer from the gunsmith in the tower. Ether seeds end up being worth 700 Glimmer each, so don't waste them on earning Glimmer. I use any extra heavy ammo synths to rank up my faction, but I'll save that for another video. Remember, save those black wax idols and ether seeds for Varix and Eris. I want to now discuss farming areas in Year 2 Destiny. In Year 1 there was the famous Exclusion Zone farming area, but Bungie patched this out when they released Update 2.0. It seems they wanted people to play the game more organically by using ghost shells and consumables rather than farm. Also, I believe there is now a Glimmer cooldown timer. I discovered this after trying to find a new farming area when I noticed there were times when enemies would not grant Glimmer, even if I had a ghost equipped or a consumable active. The area I had in mind was the Kel Rising mission from the House of Wolves DLC. At the end of the mission there are tons of fallen majors and a death zone where I could reset the cycle, similar to the Exclusion Zone. After earning about 200 Glimmer, I noticed the enemies stopped granting me Glimmer. I thought maybe this had something to do with the ghost shell, so I tried using a consumable and still Glimmer was not being dropped. I thought maybe it was just those enemies at that one section, similar to how you don't earn Glimmer from most of the areas in the Vault of Glass and Crow's End raid. I then went to an area that I knew supplied an endless amount of enemies, the beginning part of the King's Fall raid. Rather than starting the raid with the relics, I just ran to the left. There are 4 Hive Acolytes that will spawn out of one of the 2 doors over and over and over. Each Acolyte gave me 5 Glimmer, and after I earned about 200, they stopped forking it over. I thought this was weird and I attempted to figure out why. I didn't kill an enemy for about 10 seconds and then they started to grant Glimmer again, but this time I only got about 50 before it stopped. This leads me to believe that there is some sort of cooldown or cap on the amount of Glimmer you can earn in a certain amount of time, which would mean there is no more quick Glimmer farming in Destiny. If you think otherwise, feel free to leave a comment and I'd love to check out your Year 2 Glimmer farming area. I think the best bet for earning Glimmer is just running strikes. I experimented with running heroic strikes, level 36 and level 20 strikes, and earned about 1,000 Glimmer on each difficulty. My advice is to just run the level 20 strike a few times because it's quick to beat, you get tons of blue engrams to break down for Glimmer and materials, and if you use a 3 of coins, you get a chance at earning an exotic engram. For each class of enemies, there are tiers that grant a different amount of Glimmer. For example, in the Fallen class, Shanks and Dregs give 5 Glimmer, Vandals give 8, Captains and Servitors give 15, and all majors give 25 Glimmer. To sum up this video, there's no more farming in Destiny. Just play the game as you would, but keep in mind the class of enemy you are fighting during strikes and missions, and make sure you equip the appropriate ghost shell or use a consumable. Remember, do not waste black wax idols or ether seeds on earning Glimmer. Use them as currency with Varix in the Reef or Eris in the Tower. Different consumables and ghost shell combinations can be used at the same time as long as they grant Glimmer for killing different enemies. Ghost shells and consumables for the same type of enemy do not stack for 2 times the Glimmer, so don't waste the consumable. There are no consumables for the Taken King, so make sure you go get that ghost shell from the raid. I hope this video helps, Guardians. Please subscribe for more Destiny videos and give us a like.